Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. As I say every single week, I want to make sure that you get your money's worth. This is time well spent, and that you walk away with some great sales nuggets that you can use in your everyday practice. It's so important, and I want to emphasize that that is the reason why we do these weekly trainings. And that is also the reason we brought in a top annuity consultant today, Coach Chris, who is awesome. And the reason why I say this and I toot his horn is because he's not tied to any one carrier or product or products from a certain carrier. So, we all hear these great marketing VPs from, Corbridge and Silac and Equitrust and North American, and they're all great. But at the end of the day, obviously, they have a vested interest in moving and selling and marketing their own products. Okay, not to say that those aren't the best products of the week, of the month, whatever it is, depending on rates and value add. But it's good to hear from someone who has their pulse on the entire industry. Okay, and that's what I love about today's webinar and feature with Coach Chris. So, I've been talking about this now for, it's been over 2, 3 years. But Chris comes in for us and to help our agents every single quarter. Okay. And the reason why we do this, so 4 times a year, is because I want to make sure that our agents, and if you're brand new in the space or you're a veteran doing this for 52 and a half years, I want to make sure that you all know what's going on with all of the hottest annuity carriers and products. What is the latest and greatest? What do you need to know about to share this information with your consumers and prospects and clients? Okay, that's the purpose of today's presentation and every quarterly call that we do with Coach Chris. So this is extremely important and a great way for you to keep your finger on the pulse on the entire annuity industry as a whole. Okay, so make sure you write down plenty of notes. Use that Q&A pane. Okay, yes, this is recorded. We're going to send this out in a couple of weeks as well. But again, to make sure this is time well spent, if there's anything that you have questions on, please, feedback, good, bad, and different. We want and need to hear from every one of you that's listening today. Okay, it's very, very important. It was crazy because we skipped last week with our weekly training webinar series, right, because of our expo. And we had an unbelievable day. It was a record-breaking year for us. We had just under 300 agents fill a room, literally from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. the entire day on the ocean, beachfront, at the Hilton. Beautiful, beautiful day. The weather was great. The presenters were great. And what we did this year that was a little bit different is we tied in annuities heavily into the presentation lineup. And in fact, we even had 2 different vendors. And our dinner the night before, sponsored by an annuity carrier. So typically, it's about 70% life. I would say 30% annuities. This year, we tried to do about 50-60% life and 40 to 50% annuity, and I think we accomplished that. So we had 3 different presentations around annuities and selling annuities. I'm going to share with you in a few more minutes. These presentations are available on our website, so you can check those out when you get a chance. We also have new lead programs focused on annuities. I'm also going to share with you new incentives, not just with the carriers, but here at Levinson, we have 2 different programs that we just rolled out so you all can get ahead. We want to make sure that we're not just another annuity IMO out there in the space, right, asking for your business, because at the end of the day, it's all about what can you do for me, right, to help my income, to help me make more sales, right? Anyone can give you a contract and say, here, you're appointed at street level. Good luck. If you need anything, call the home office. Here's their 800 number. No, we want to do those things, yes, but then give you all of the value add so you can go out and be successful and grow your business. Because if you don't win, we don't win, right? That's the name of the game. So anyway, we invested a ton of hard dollars, time, into this department, and we're very proud of how far that we've come. So enough of my ranting. Let's jump right in. What I want to talk about quickly, I don't want to steal Chris's thunder, but bottom line is the annuity industry is on fire. Okay. And if you're not taking advantage, if you're not letting your consumers know that you're in the space, you're doing yourself and these clients a disservice, or they're going to someone else or their bank to buy these products. Okay. I mean, it is unbelievable what's going on lately. And here, if you check this out, bottom left corner, this was in the industry publication Insurance Newsnet. Annuity sales set more records in quarter four. That was of 23, breaks $100 billion per the Wink report. On the right hand side, okay, all we have to focus is on one stat that's highlighted: 23% increase in annuity sales from year 2022 to 2023. And here we are, right? We're just finished up quarter one of 24, and the same trend is continuing. Okay? What does that tell you? If you've been caught up in life and you don't know enough to be dangerous in the annuity space, we're here to help you. Okay, we have 3 individuals here in our annuity department with over 50 years experience that you can call anytime, email. They're here to help you. Okay, so again, if you're a veteran, there's so many moving parts, right? Every quarter things change, which is another reason why we bring in Coach Chris, but things change so rapidly, okay, that you need to rely on our experts here in house. Okay, so please don't be shy. Pick up the phone anytime. We want to make sure you're taking full advantage and supplementing your income or growing your practice. Okay, name of the game. Let's keep moving forward. So what we're going to do, by the way, is at the end of our presentation, before we wrap up at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to have a question of the day. Whoever answers first and correctly, okay, by the way, the answer is in these slides, so make sure you're paying attention. Whoever answers first and correctly wins Fire HD tablet and our prospecting book on us. In fact, we also have the new Levinson Yeti cups that we just got in for the expo, so I'll throw one of those in as well. I think you'll love that. Those are great. Keeps your coffee hot, your cold drinks cold. I think it's for like 12 or 24 hours, but they work great. Anyway, let's keep moving forward. The most recent testimonials I love to share. Ashley K. from our annuity department helped me get my writing number within the same day, wrote a policy that same day. Daniel, right-hand side, RJ, has helped me and is my right-hand man, bringing my business to the next level. He is very knowledgeable in the life and annuity space. David, it's funny. Here we are Thursday, prepping for the expo on Friday last week, right? We're slammed. We're in closed-door meetings. We got a million things going on. This guy walks in. I know he's listening right now. It's okay. David walks in, and he's like, can I speak to Bill? Is he here? And we're like, oh, no, he's in meetings. He's busy. He's like, well, I have a $500,000 check in my hand. Can I still speak to Bill? And I overheard this, right? He comes into the conference room. We're like, David, high five, great job. Just killed an annuity sale, $500,000 check. And we know what the commission is on these things. It's great to see. Kudos to you, David, by the way, and thanks for sharing. Let's keep moving. On the bottom, Josh was great. Okay, Josh is our annuity encyclopedia here in the Levinson and Associates home office. You know that. Josh Hoffman. If you don't, pick up the phone and say hello. Josh was great. He answered questions about my clients' medications and emailed me the quotes as soon as we were off the phone. Joseph, thank you for sharing. By the way, this is all on our Facebook page. Leave a comment, review. We send you prospecting book on us as long as you're an active Levinson agent. Okay, let's keep moving back to the expo, which again, huge success. If you have not seen the video, I encourage you to check it out. It's 10 minutes long. It was a game changer, okay? And I'm not just saying this to toot our own horn. Anyone that was there, presenters, agents, our keynote speakers, everyone is saying the same thing. And I think the room, just looking at the room, is the proof in the pudding. I mean, we didn't have any space to walk down the aisle, okay? I think that tells you something, okay? Proof in the pudding. The age range, unbelievable. Agents from 19 years old into their mid-80s, mid or upper 80s, crushing it. Okay, sharing ideas, networking. It was an unbelievable day. As you can hear in my voice, I'm still pumped up about the expo on last Friday. Unreal. Okay. Anyway, we have a page dedicated to the expo on our website. We'll include this in the thank you email. That's the video in the middle there, which is live and posted. And then you'll see a few of the presentations. Right hand side is every single carrier presentation of the day in case you missed it. And then we're also going to send out, we have a full photo gallery and a few different expo videos. So you can kind of, obviously, if you missed it, we want you to feel like you were part of it and learn some of these nuggets and strategies on the life and annuity side. But it was a day I'll never forget. And hopefully, if you missed it, we'll see you there next year for 25. Let's keep moving forward. What I also want to mention, too, it's very important that if you were not there, right, even if you were there and you want to go back and check out the presentations, they're all on that page on the website. And what I want to just point out real fast is this year we had 3 dedicated annuity presentations from One America, North American, and Equitrust. Okay, so if you want to go back and grab those, and I think it'll help you kind of move the needle when it comes to your own marketing and campaigns to get the word out. And then any questions, just let our marketers know. We'll help you with everything that you need. Let's keep moving forward. Everybody wants to know about cash. Everyone wants prizes, right? Trips, all the above. Vegas, we all know and love, right? And in fact, I don't know. That's one of my favorite places when it comes to vacations in the U.S. So what we did here, very, very special, just for the annuity department. First time we did this, starting at just $500,000 in FIA premium. Okay, 3 days, 2 nights at the Aria, which is the latest and greatest, most modern hotel in Vegas on the Strip. It's going to be a awesome, awesome trip. You and a guest, as you can see, it goes all the way up to $1 million, and then that's a 5-day trip at the Aria plus $500 to be used at dinner, lunch, gambling, whatever you love to do. We don't really care, but we want you to go enjoy yourself on us. Left-hand side, this goes for everyone, starting at just $150,000 of FIA premium or production. Okay, that's peanuts. So 150,000, boom, you're in. You got right there, just sitting there. Okay, above and beyond high commission levels, a brand new Apple Watch on us, or you get a marketing allowance we pay for out of our pocket, and then it goes up from there all the way to $1,000 in a marketing allowance. That's above and beyond, okay, the carrier incentive. So we try to make this a win-win-win. We want to make sure you're writing all your life and annuity business with us. You don't have to. You're not captive, okay, but we want to provide so much stickiness, so much value add, you're not going to go anywhere else at the end of the day, okay, or you won't want to go anywhere else at the end of the day. That's our hope. Okay, let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next, and then I'm going to turn the wheel over to Chris real fast, is our team made up of 3 people that are focused on the annuity side with a combined 50 plus years of annuity experience, home office and brokerage. We have RJ bottom left corner, Ashley is in the center, and then Josh Hoffman is on the right hand side. Okay, and then we also have Ashley K that helps with contracting and new business. We feel like we have a great team, and we're only growing from here. We started this with one person, literally, about 7, 8 years ago. And look at us today. It's amazing to see. Those are all the carriers we have direct contracts with on the left side. Okay, and that's another big deal, by the way. We see a lot of these so-called annuity IMOs, FMOs, BGAs, call them whatever you want. They're 28 and a half layers under a GA who's under an IMO like us, who's under the carrier. Meanwhile, service-wise, commission-wise, by the time you get an answer back or you get paid a commission, it's sliced up 17 different ways from Sunday. Make sure you're working with an IMO who's working with the carrier. Even if, hopefully it's with us, but if you have to go outside for 1 or 2 contracts, ask these questions. It's very important. And make sure you can get a release at any time as long as there's no outstanding debit or chargebacks. Okay? You got to get this in writing. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to do next is introduce the man of the hour, my favorite annuity consultant. We have Coach Chris joining us. Chris, are you there, buddy? Oh, I think he's.
Oh,
Chris, are you there?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep. Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks so much, Bill, for having me on here. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on as well. Always great to see the fantastic turnout that we have. It looks like that Levinson Expo was fantastic, and I'm really happy you got the annuity carriers there, Bill. It looks like you guys had a great turnout. It's
Thank you,
very
Chris.
exciting.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, very excited to see what comes out of that. I hope many of you that are on this call were there and got to meet your annuity team here at Levinson and Associates. But I want to jump into some great information here for us because we like to do this quarterly. There's a lot going on here in the world of annuities, and I just kind of want to jump on in on what's new here in Q2. And guys, I'm looking at the market, and I think we're all pay attention to the market. If we're all in the annuity space, if we're all maybe you have some RIAs on this call, people who are Series 6, 7, Series 65 licensed. We're always paying attention to what the market is doing. It's popping up today. This chart is actually from yesterday, but you look year to date, the market is still up. I mean, I know at the end of the year last year, we did this presentation and we talked about how the S&P could shoot to 5,100. Well, it did shoot to 5,100, but we've seen some drops here take place. But you're still up nearly 6% on the S&P 500 year to date. And that's important for those of us who sell fixed indexed annuities, who use those S&P caps, who use those S&P indexes out there to see this thing growing and continually growing. The market's having a really nice day today, but it makes me so excited that you can just use a straight, clean S&P index with a cap of 10%, 11%, 12, 12.5%. You're seeing some of the best annuity caps that we have seen in decades here. That is really exciting to see here with these annuity products. And with the S&P doing what it's doing right now, you're going to see some fantastic returns for your clients as well. Folks, but we talk about where the market is going, and we've seen some drops here, right? We've seen a little bit of nervousness in the market. I think all of us can agree on that. I'm not going to dive too deep on this, but yesterday, this article was from yesterday. We did see the market close a little bit lower. Some of those big tech stocks like Nvidia, some of those big tech stocks kind of driving that market down a bit. And how about that uncertainty? Everything that's going on in the world right now with Israel, with Iran, with those things. I feel like every other week we have news like that that's creating a little bit of uncertainty in this market. Yes, we're at some all-time highs. Yes, we kind of came down a little bit. Just really creating that conversation for you to have with clients. You don't have to be series licensed. You don't have to be securities licensed to have these conversations with your clients. They understand these things. They understand that, hey, the market is affected by these outside things happening around the world. That's a conversation that you can have with anyone. That's where the security and benefits of fixed annuities can really come into play for your clients. Now, one thing that is going to be interesting that we need to watch, you see alternating articles about this. I'm sure some of you on this call have. The Fed still foresees 3 interest rate cuts this year despite bump in inflation. And now if you go and you Google interest rate cuts, you're going to see some articles that say they're pushing off any interest rate cuts, maybe till later in the year. Well, either way, in my opinion, it sounds like interest rate cuts are happening. If you're talking to a client right now about a fixed indexed annuity, or you're talking to a client about income in an annuity, or you're talking to a client about a multi-year guarantee that's offering 5 years at 5.5%, rate cuts directly affect what happens in the annuity space. That conversation is a great conversation to have with your clients. If the Fed is foreseeing some rate cuts, even if they're delayed a little bit, and you have that client kind of riding the fence there, not really committing to getting that annuity, you need to have this conversation. The Fed is foreseeing 3 interest rate cuts this year. That will drop annuity rates as well. It will affect annuity rates. So if they like that 5.5% for 5 years right now, your client needs to know that that's not going to be here likely in the next 2, 3, 4 months. So they need to jump and act on those high rates right now. Think about your savings account rates. For a while it was easy to get 5% in a savings account through Fidelity, or if you have an Apple phone, they have that little savings account there that was at 4.5%. I mean, there was just easy ways to save your money, right? That's going to change a little bit as you have these interest rate cuts happening. You need to have that conversation with your clients to get moving on annuities right now if they're sitting on the fence. Bill actually kind of covered this for me. He went over some numbers there about annuities last year. I mean, I'm not going to dive too much into it since Bill really covered some of those exact numbers I was going to use. But yeah, we saw some big increases with annuities last year, folks. If you're an annuity veteran, keep pushing these products. Clients need them, clients want them, they are interested. Annuity is no longer a bad word. But if you're a new agent, if you're green with these types of products, listen, no better time than right now to start learning and talking about these products. Look at that little box there on the right hand side. I mean, total annuity sales jumped 11% in the third quarter of 2023. I mean, you saw fixed index annuities with the second highest quarterly sales results in history. Bill actually had fourth quarter numbers that he was showing. I think they did overtake as the best quarterly sales results in history in Q4. So again, just a great time to be in these products. I don't want to spend too much time on that. But what I did see a couple days ago in this article on Insurance Newsnet from LIMRA, annuity sales expected to keep breaking records. Folks, the time is now. We got to be talking about these products because you are helping your clients by talking about these products. I went to a meeting for a carrier the other day, and it was really one of these long-term care hybrid product companies that does, like annuity and long-term care products or life insurance slash long-term care products. And they had some interesting statistics. Did you realize the first baby boomers are turning 80 in 2026? 2026, they're turning 80. I mean, you're at that perfect age with baby boomers to get them some guaranteed lifetime income, to get them out of the market, which could be very volatile with things happening in the news right now, and get them into some safe, protected products like fixed index annuities. I thought that statistic was wild. And even with some of these annuities, as I'm going to show here in just a minute, you have long-term care features, chronic illness features with these products. The first baby boomers are turning 80 in 2026. What a great time to talk about some of those features that maybe they can't qualify for with full underwriting, right? Got a lot of life insurance agents on this call, I'm sure. They probably can't qualify. If they're 70, 75 years old, they may not be able to qualify for long-term care, life insurance, full underwriting. These annuity products can get them those benefits without all of that underwriting. It's a great time to talk to these folks. And here's another interesting article I saw. Annuities soar as a source of life insurer revenue. The exact statistics I didn't actually put in here, but over 20% share are annuities sharing with life insurer revenue. Now, what does that mean for you? I mean, again, I have carriers I work with that never paid attention to annuities, or maybe I have an RVP at one particular carrier in Texas who does life insurance. He always was supposed to be doing annuities too, never really paid attention to the annuity side. Now, when I hear from him, all he's calling me about are annuity sales. Annuity sales, what they're doing in the annuity side of the house. These products are benefiting the life insurers. They're going to continue to be creative with these products. They're going to continue to make them incentivized. They're going to continue making these products excellent for your clients. So as long as we see annuities soaring, as this says, as a source of life insurer revenue, I just think we're going to continue to see really creative products coming out of that, coming out of these carriers. And I thought that was a really important article to share as well. Folks, cruising right along here. Again, we're seeing some outstanding growth in the annuity space. We're seeing a lot of great incentives and reason to be in this business. We're seeing a huge need brought out. As I said, the first baby boomers are turning 80 soon. They really need to look at these products for both the protection from probate, the protection from the markets, that guaranteed lifetime income, as well as those features like long-term care. But we don't want to discredit our hot MIGA rates that we have right now. I have this page up for you. I just grabbed a handful of companies that look outstanding. I saw Bill's first slide said lots of carriers still over 5%. I mean, no doubt about it. Look at these carriers in front of you right now. You have 3 years at 5.6% available. You have an A-rated carrier there with 5 years at 5.55%. Lincoln has a 5-year product at 5.5% as well. So you have some outstanding options still with MIGAs. Like I said, if you have a client that's kind of on the fence, riding the fence about what they need to do with that multi-year guarantee product, have that rate cut conversation with them. Have that rate, even if they're not the most financially savvy client out there, surely they've heard that rate cuts are looking to happen due to inflation decreasing. However, inflation isn't really decreasing, is what they're finding out. So they might push it off a little bit, but they're definitely planning on doing some rate cuts here, which will affect these MIGA rates that are right in front of you right now. The time is now for your clients to be jumping on some of these outstanding rates. But right now, I want to talk a little bit about income, because income annuities have taken off in such a big way. If you asked me 4 or 5 years ago about income annuities, no one was selling them. Even 3 years ago, actually, to be honest with you. The entire attention span of all these life insurers had gone to accumulation products. Some of you may be nodding your heads right now, because you even had carriers creating 3-year and 5-year fixed indexed annuities. Those fixed index annuities were meant to just accumulate funds for the client. They weren't worried about income. Income wasn't even a conversation. They weren't putting those guarantees into the product. Well, now, flash forward to 2023, 2024, interest rates are a bit higher, and again, income is king. And folks, if you haven't been doing income sales, let me just tell you, this is an easy conversation to have as a salesperson. That income conversation, a lot of older clients, they only picture annuities for income anyways. You ask them what an annuity is for, lifetime income, lifetime paycheck. I remember New York Life had that commercial with the Mambo number 5 guy where he was dancing around about lifetime income for your clients. And that was a great commercial. That's what people think about with annuities. And income is king once again. If you're using leads, getting annuity leads, if you get qualified annuity leads, perhaps you've heard of these qualified annuity leads that actually qualify the client, they're qualifying the client for income. The reason you can qualify a client for income is because it's easy to say how much lifetime income would make you more comfortable that you can add on to your Social Security payment. Maybe $2,000 more of lifetime income. Well, let's craft a product for you. You'll have an agent contact you this week. That's an easy conversation to have. Income is king again, and I love that income is king again. So again, as 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 a day, they're needing that guaranteed income. They really want it. The first baby boomers turn 80 in 2026. And listen, there's more need now than ever for guaranteed income products, and the interest rate environment is right for these products as well. And what I love about these products these days, as I said, carriers can get a little more freewheeling with these as they're getting more and more sales. You have tons of options, tons of features. I know the folks at Levinson Associates have spreadsheet ability for you. If you want to know who has the best income on a 65-year-old male in Florida with 250,000, they can create a spreadsheet for you. And you may not want to go for the very top income because there might be some features that the second or third place income has for you. They can have that conversation with you. I know Josh and Ashley can absolutely guide you through that process. But what I love is that income is back in a big way, and you have tons and tons and tons of features. I'm going to take just a minute here, because if you're kind of a novice with these income products, you have some outstanding carriers at your disposal. You have a lot of options. I mean, for immediate income, Nassau has been a great carrier, like with this personal income annuity. We're just running a sample client here, 65 years old, male in Florida with $100,000, just keeping it as simple as possible. They have their income today, income tomorrow strategy. If you're going for immediate income, as shown right here, I'm gonna get a little spotlight. Immediate income, as we're going right here, that $100,000 immediately becomes a benefit base of $130,000. Folks, that's a 30% bonus to your income base immediately, getting your client $7,579 of guaranteed annual lifetime income. For a client on a budget, that on a fixed income, that is a great little boost for them. And that's only with $100,000 too. Not a bad benefit. Now, Nassau has these features. They have their today income, which is better for those early years. And then you notice that tomorrow income really starts to take off there in those future years. But focusing on immediate income, you're going to see the personal income annuity pop up a lot for you. And I just love with that 30% bonus that they're getting for income right away. Check that out. That is an outstanding income number there for that immediate income. Let's look at income in 5 years, and I want to talk about a different product entirely. Like Bill said, I'm not tied to any one carrier, anything like that. At the end of March, Equitrust had increases to their payout factors and to their roll-up rates. Look at this product here with Equitrust, the Market 7, which is an outstanding accumulation product in its own right, by the way. You should be paying attention to that Market 7 if you're not for accumulation needs. But when you add the income rider and with the increases they had, check this out. This one page, which I love that they do this, in their illustration, shows you that you get a 25% first year bonus on premiums paid. You get a 7% roll up for 7 years. This is a great product for early income, such as income in 2 to 5 years or so with the Market 7 because of that 25% bonus. And look at that income there in year 5. Say you're a 65-year-old wants to turn on income in year 5, $12,125. It pays to wait. Outstanding income. Now, again, I'm showing you these particular products because these are showing up on top of immediate income, of year 5 income, and about to be on year 10 income as well. For example, I have that page too. If you look at income in year 10, Nassau actually has a completely different product for that, the Nassau Income Accelerator. And honestly, guys, if you have an income situation, use the folks at Levinson and Associates, because you can see, depending on the age of the client, depending on how much they're putting in, depending on when they want to turn on income, can really make a big difference in the product that you're using. And in this case, in income in 10 years, this Nassau Income Accelerator popping up on top, if you look at that later income, $18,898. At $100,000 will pay $18,898 a year for the rest of this client's life, guaranteed. Really impressive features here with this. And again, you're seeing a lot of different carriers kind of get involved with that income game. I'm even going to show another option here with Equitrust because this one has been extremely exciting as well. Their Market 10 product, they actually added an 8% roll-up compounding for 10 years. Compounding annually at 8% for 10 years. You're guaranteeing your client that their money will guarantee to compound at 8% every year for 10 years and that income base. And the income that you can show them is outstanding. It's guaranteed. It's not as high as that Nassau one just then, but there's a reason for that. And I want to kind of talk about that. But if you're looking at income in 10 years, you're seeing Equitrust, you're seeing Nassau do some outstanding things for income. Now, again, if you're a client and you're showing them, hey, here's income in 10 years with Nassau at $18,898, and here's income with Equitrust at $1,756, they're probably going to want to take the Nassau option, right? But with Equitrust, you actually get an income doubler that is ADL based. If your client can't complete 2 out of 6 of those ADLs, activities of daily living, Equitrust will double this income of $17,056 for a period of up to 5 years. Now that's as long as there is accumulation value still in the product. But again, if you have a client who is concerned about their health, maybe they don't have long-term care, maybe they never set that plan up, they're 65 years old, maybe their health is deteriorated and they really can't get a long-term care plan. They get this annuity, it guarantees them an income of $17,056 in year 10. They can double that income for a period of up to 5 years if they can't complete 2 out of 6 ADLs. And the reason that's important is because if they need to go into a nursing home or if they need to have home health care, home nursing, adult daycare, any of those things, it will continue to pay the client that doubled income so they can use it when they need it the most. That is a really cool feature that requires no underwriting. And again, that's a big reason I wanted to put these 2 examples here because, yeah, it's easy to say, yeah, let me take the Nassau product, the higher income, but maybe I'll look at the little lower income to get that benefit of doubled income in the future. A really exciting feature there with Equitrust. So folks, to break it down, I mean, you're looking at a 65-year-old male with $100,000. If they wanted immediate income, there's your number right there. Income in 5 years, income in 10 years. It pays to wait. It pays to wait. So if a client's like, well, I don't need this annuity right now, I'll wait 2 years to get it. We could run it at 2 years. Let's show you what that income looks like in the future, get them an excellent compounding rate. The folks at Levinson have the tools to be able to run those comparisons for you so you can see exactly what's going to be the best income available. In fact, you can even ask them to send you the spreadsheet so that you can say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, this is the best income available. It's right there at the top. It's right there at the top. Anybody else you come and visit to, they're going to show the same exact income spreadsheet. Might as well go with me, right? But folks, your clients want more. And like I said, lifetime income is great, but what else? I don't think I showed anything all that groundbreaking just now. If we're being honest here, you're seeing some outstanding lifetime income, whether it's immediately for 5 years or in 10 years. Your clients want more. They can get more with these types of products. They can get death benefit riders. What if they say, listen, my need really is an income. I just really want to leave a nice death benefit for my family. I have 2, 3 kids. I want to put them down on this, make sure that they get this death benefit. There are some outstanding death benefit riders up there that roll up very similar to how a income roll up works. So pay attention to those death benefit riders. Nassau has them, Global Atlantic has them. There's a lot of carriers now that are adding those types of features. I believe Silac has one as well. We talked about income doublers for LTC needs. I just threw out that Equitrust income doubler that's ADL based. Folks, that's important because some companies are ADL based, some are confinement based. And I kind of put that there for you to take a look at. And it can make a big difference. If you're in a competitive situation, call Ashley, call Josh, call Bill. They can help answer those questions for you about which one they really need to consider. We've been in those competitive situations before where someone is showing the best income with Athene, let's say. Well, make sure the client understands that that is confinement-based income doubling, not ADL-based. So they have to be confined into a nursing home. Oh, and by the way, if they want to qualify for the income doubler with Athene, they have to be confined for 250 of the last 365 days in that nursing home in order to get the doubler. North American, they have to be confined for 90 days before they can get that income doubler. A lot of your ADL-based plans are immediate benefits as long as they can prove that they can't complete 2 out of 6 ADLs. Those conversations will help you get over the top versus any competition that you're having. So know which income doublers are ADL based and which ones are confinement based. Now again, confinement isn't the end of the world. I'm not dunking on North American or Athene here. There are reasons to look at those, and maybe they have higher income too, if that's the primary need. But there are ways that you can have those conversations in a competitive situation. I put increasing income here. Increasing income is becoming a bigger and bigger conversation. Why is increasing income becoming a bigger and bigger conversation? Well, let's start with inflation. I call it inflation fighting income, not necessarily increasing income. Why not call it inflation fighting income? Every one of your clients understands that inflation is going crazy right now. Anything that they put into a basket at a grocery store costs them more than it did 5 years ago. Have that conversation with them about increasing income. Now, the products that I just showed you, for the most part, those are all fixed products. Those are when you turn on that income at $17,000, it stays $17,000. But that doesn't have to be the case with all products and all carriers. Ask your folks at Levinson about increasing income, as that is becoming a bigger and bigger conversation. And higher caps and rates to accumulation value. That might not seem like much, but it's pretty big. It used to be that if you were buying an income rider product, you're pretty much getting a guarantee to your income. The rest of your money is not going to grow. Maybe some of you agree with me on this. If you were buying an income rider product 5 years ago, you'd get a guaranteed roll up of 6%. Your income would be guaranteed, but the rest of your money, that's not growing. Your interest rate cap on the S&P was 2.5, maybe 1.5 with some companies. Now what you're seeing with some of these products, higher cap rates and accumulation values. You're seeing higher caps, higher par rates on income products. The reason I love that is because if your client changes their mind, as clients love to do, they can actually see some growth to their accumulation value on top of getting a guaranteed income with this. So these higher interest rates are an outstanding thing for these fixed annuity products. So bright ideas, want to wrap it up here with some bright ideas for everybody. I like to kind of talk about some of the products that get us there, but some bright ideas and conversations. I want you folks on this call to be more competitive. So if somebody talks to you about an annuity, understand that there are income doublers to some of them. Understand the ways you can get around those conversations by offering ADL base instead of confinement. But what we're seeing here are a lot of annuity replacements happening for income. Clients who bought annuities 3 to 5 years ago, they have low interest rates. They just do. You can replace them with income products or better accumulation annuities. And it's a conversation I'm having all the time. I'll get that phone call from someone, hey, I sold an annuity to this client in 2021 and it's just not growing. It's just not doing anything. The interest rates were so low. Have that conversation with your client about replacing it with a premium bonus product or an income product as needs change. You can create a better story to replace that product with an income product. If your client's needs have changed and they want to get that guaranteed income, you can offer products like I showed you with a 30% benefit-based bonus to it to get them that guaranteed income. You're seeing a lot of annuity replacements. So don't be the agent that goes into the home. You find out that the client already has annuities and you walk away. These annuities that were sold from 2019 to 2022 or so with that low interest rate environment, they're underperforming. Now, just remember, most companies want an annuity to be in place for 2 or 3 years before replacing them, but it's still an excellent conversation and a seed to plant with your clients whenever you're talking to them. So keep that in mind and maybe use income products for those annuity replacements. I mentioned here, create a lasting benefit for enhanced income. Now, here's something I found out in the past 2 weeks. I did not know this. And it's a very impressive thing to be able to talk to your clients about. Nassau's Personal Protection Choice product. It enhances income for 5 years if your client goes into a nursing home or if they go into home health care, can't complete 2 out of 6 ADLs. Their income gets enhanced, kind of like that Equitrust product. But where the personal protection choice is interesting is it will double that income even if the accumulation value is 0. Folks, I didn't know this was a thing. This is really news to me. A big complaint I get about these income doublers is, well, the client's been taking income for 10 years, there's no accumulation value, so that they can't actually double their income. That does happen. But with the PPC, if that's a concern, that won't happen here. It enhances income for 5 years, even if the accumulation value is 0. If that is a concern for any of your clients or you've run into this as an agent on this call, take a look at that product, give these folks a call because that is a great, great feature from that product that I just found out. And I got that confirmed from an RVP at Nassau as well. And finally, this might not be a bright idea, but I think this should be something we are all doing. Build a real plan for your clients. We're talking about income products today. Build a real plan for your clients. And folks, it's easier to do with income products. It's easier to do because you're showing them real guaranteed income numbers. Understand what your clients are getting in retirement. Understand their Social Security payments. Do they have long-term care insurance? Create that need with your clients because if you understand that Bill client is going to be getting $3,000 a month from his retirement plan, and then another $1,500 a month in Social Security. You need to ask your client: is $4,500 enough? Is that enough? You feel that you're receiving in retirement? What if we can get you more? What number makes you more comfortable? You'd rather that be $6,000 a month? Now you can plan to build an annuity for them that will get them an additional $1,500 a month. You have something real to work with. you have a real conversation that you can have with your client. And you should absolutely bring up that long-term care insurance, because a lot of you in here, I'm sure you're selling long-term care, or you know you need to be. That conversation goes hand in hand with these annuity products. And if they're not prepared for it, that's really going to eat into their retirement down the road. So folks, you can build a real plan with your clients by doing these income annuities, showing them guaranteed income numbers, and framing it around the type of income that they expect to receive in retirement as well. Folks, with that, I just wanted to throw in a few annuity incentives here from the carriers. Equitrust Life still has that 2% bonus going on select FIAs through June. They have a Turks and Caicos trip as well that is going on. They have never done an agent incentive trip before. This is their very first one, so it's pretty exciting. Looks like a beautiful place there in Turks and Caicos. So if you can qualify for that, bust it as much as you can. See what you can do to qualify for that trip. And then what I like are some of these other incentives like American Equity and North American have. Again, just want to share some things that are going on with a lot of these carriers. I mean, just $1 million of FIA premium gets you an additional 25 basis points at American Equity. That's pretty cool. Just $1 million of FIA premium. You send $1 million to American Equity with Bill Levinson too. It appears he's sending you to Vegas with some money, so that's pretty cool. And then you'd have an additional 25 basis points paid for you on this American Equity product. North American, similar program too. I mean, again, you can get up to an additional 1% commission. 1.5% is available even with their EPC program by just making sales with them. So folks, the incentives are there. The climate is right for annuities. People are asking about these products. And again, income is king. It's an easy conversation to have with your clients. Anyone can do it. These folks at Levinson can show you how to. And Bill, with that, that's really all I got. Let me know if you have any questions here that I could help answer.
No, that was phenomenal. That was great. I learned a lot, and like Chris mentioned, please pick up the phone, speak to Ashley, RJ, Josh, our team here at Levinson. We're ready to help with anything that you need. There's no silly question. Okay, if you've never done this before, no problem. If you're a 52-and-a-half-year veteran, that's no problem too. Okay, we can all learn something, especially with how many changes are in the annuity space almost on a daily basis. So, Chris, again, that was freaking awesome. I so appreciate you. I have a few more slides left, and then our giveaway. By the way, if we need to set up a conference call with one of our marketers and we need to patch Chris in, we can do that as well. He's there to help. So just let us know, and we can let Chris know and set that up for you anytime. Okay, let me move forward here. So getting started, I want to make sure everyone is out before 3 p.m. Eastern time. So you love what you're seeing and hearing, and you want to get started with at least one company so you can take advantage of all of our incentives and tools and programs and team. No problem. So we're going to include this in the thank you email. It's very simple. On our website, you hover over annuities, and then you'll see the training there if you follow the yellow arrow. And then, of course, you can obviously pick up the phone and speak to Ashley Kay. She handles annuity licensing training, and then, of course, our marketing team. So we're here to help every step of the way. Let's keep moving forward. Also, what I want to touch on briefly is Chris mentioned about replacements. And if you sold an annuity in 19 or 20 or 21 and you want to go back, right? Maybe it was a lower interest paying product. Let us know. We can actually send you a report of your business, or you can log in to our website on the scorecard. A lot of agents don't know this. So if you log into the scorecard, which is updated in real time, all of your life and annuity business is sitting in front of you. Okay, so that's 24/7, and literally, if you have maybe a right hand person, assistant, niece, nephew, whatever, helping you with business, we can share a password as well and get them in to help, and then start calling on those clients for you. Okay, so just let us know. That's available at no charge. Okay, so this is important. There's so much competition out there, right? And it's actually dwindled down tremendously over the last few years. I don't know if you've noticed in the life and annuity brokerage space. A lot of companies went out of business, went bankrupt, belly up. They've been acquired, all the above. And yes, there are still a few larger shops left. We are considered one of the top 10 in the country. But at the end of the day, right, what makes a big difference to you is why Levinson? What are you going to do for me, right, that the other IMOs can't or won't do? Okay. So this is a list of our platform bullets, okay, that you can leverage. Most of this is free. This is just on the annuity side. Okay, most of this is 100% complimentary, except for the lead program, which is a co-op discount. But you can just check out all of the value add here. For example, we have with a handful of carriers and products, the client gets a 1 year scholarship free that they can use for their grandkids, their children, any blood relative, okay, with no commission reduction. And the consumer doesn't pay a penny for it. They have an online, looks like a Bank of America checking account. They log in, they can see the points. Every point is $1 of scholarship, but that's thrown in at no charge because you're a Levinson agent. So there's some really neat stuff you can leverage, again, to move the needle on the annuity side. Okay, and then you know about all the new incentives. I'm not going to go over each platform, but I would run with this. Think about, Ringy. We have the annuity version of Agency Automator, but think about just spreading the word, building out these campaigns, which we can help with, right? To let all of your clients know, even if you're focused on the health insurance side or PNC side, why not cross sell and bring up some of these products, some of the life products? Okay, we already have the material that you can sit there and wave the flag in front of your prospects and clients to say, hey, did you know? Right? And then all of a sudden, boom, you have a new appointment set for next Tuesday at 2 p.m. to talk annuities. Okay, and then we can help you prepare for that meeting as well. All right, let's keep moving forward. What I want to do next, this is probably the hottest new topic of the Levinson Annuity Department, is our two different lead programs on the annuity side. Okay, so we had our vendor that we team up with, Lead Concepts, at the expo, and we negotiated discounted pricing for all Levinson agents. Okay, and this is an example of a mailer here at $685 for 1,000 pieces. What I love about this, number one, look at the, what is that, the sixth bullet down, the average rate of return. They're getting 1.5 to 2.25%. Okay, depending on the city and state in the country. But that's insane. Okay, if you do the numbers, you get a couple nice sales out of this. All right, even one nice sale out of this. You can pay for 3, 4 more drops and then have some nice extra dollars on the side that you still made from commission from one case. So this works. Okay, talk to any one of our marketers. We'll get you up and running. Let's go to the next slide. What I always promise every single week is some real live examples of what's working with the topic that we're speaking about today. It's annuities, as you know. We mentioned it 100 times, right? So real fast, what we do, and you should be doing the same thing, we literally go into Facebook or Instagram, go into the search bar, and put top performing indexed annuity posts, okay, or annuity posts, or FIA, or MIGA, okay, whatever. In fact, I would do all the above. See what's working for other agents like you that are literally in the trenches, okay, in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Key West, Florida, whatever. It doesn't make a difference because you can sell all over the country. All right, here's an example, left hand side. And what's interesting here, when you look at these three posts that, by the way, perform great, okay, within these three posts combined, there's about 32 comments, okay, from these three posts. The way I look at 32 comments, that's 32 new, free, complimentary leads, right? Because you're going to direct message those people that commented to say, hey, it's me, Bill Levinson, the annuity agent. How can I help? How can I answer your questions? That's a new lead. Okay, that's how you have to look at this. In fact, I would even circle back with everyone that liked your post. All right, here there's a total of what, 550, 600 people that saw this image and liked it. Okay, left hand side, 240 likes that generated like 30 comments and questions. And it's all about education, right? It's educating these consumers because they don't know. They've heard myths, they've heard rumors about annuities. Maybe their bank told them something, whatever the case is. So you're here to come in and educate. That's how I would look at it. Again, left side, guaranteed income, flexibility, tax benefits, professional management. Okay, not rocket science. Middle section, myth, only retirees need annuities. Fact, during your working years, annuities can provide conservative growth of your money on a tax deferred basis. Yes, and most of this is guaranteed. On the right hand side, from Life Happens, start saving for retirement now, and then a paragraph educating about annuities. Hello, you could do this. Okay, look at the hashtags. Annuity Awareness Month. It's common sense, but it's just getting your foot in the door and staying consistent and persistent, getting the message out there. You do not want to be known as the life insurance guru. You want to be known as the life and annuity guru. Or if you're focused on health or P&C, right, make sure your consumers, clients know you also sell life insurance and IUL and annuities. Get the word out, or else you're going to lose the business to another agent that was more proactive and they got their name in front of your clients. That's what happens, like it or not. So you got to get your foot in the door and spread the message. I would use Ringy. I would use Agency Automator. I would use all the above. Okay, why not? Let's keep moving. All right, so real fast, we got the latest technology here at Levinson and Associates. Is we actually put together a AI, artificial intelligence chatbot that sits on our website today. It's like a moving robot. It's called Billy the Bot. Here's what's so cool. First time this has ever been done in the brokerage space. So you can type in any question that you would like, and this robot scrapes our entire website and gives you the answers instantly in real time. Check it out when you can, complimentary. And then this is episode 49, the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, where I sat down with Danny, who is a freaking genius when it comes to tech. And I literally said, Danny, I put my agent hat on and I said, tell me how AI is going to affect or how agents can leverage this new technology to move the needle in our space. And we went over a ton of ideas and strategies. You got to check this out when you can, right? Because you always want to be a step ahead of your competition. And that doesn't matter, carrier, IMO, agent, you got to be a step ahead. And I feel like we do exactly that, especially with this new AI bot that's on our website today. Okay, let's keep moving forward. What I want to do next, we're almost done here. We're going to wrap up in a second. These are future training events, and this is the big one I want to point out. If you're in South Florida, maybe from Orlando, Tampa down, definitely make sure you're at that meeting. It's in South Florida on May 8th. Okay, May 8th, we're having a breakfast training. We're going to go over the 60-second annuity close. We have an annuity focused meeting. It's going to be great from 9 a.m. to 12. Let us know if you're interested. And then we have the new Emeritus webinar. We're rolling out all of the products on the career side and the brokerage side, which is all combined now, which is so exciting. That's next week. And then we have the legacy annuity products with our guest speaker on the 2nd. And then just on the bottom there, Chris mentioned hybrids, life and annuity with LTC. So we dive in with One America for an hour, and we talk about the latest and greatest in that space on the 9th. Then we have our final slide here, and we'll put a bow on this. I know I'm 2 minutes over, but we're also going to have our giveaway. Okay, so this was the room on Friday. As you can see, it was packed, just under 300 agents. I know I said it a few times, but I'm super proud of what we accomplished as a team, as a unit, as a family. Okay, and I hope if you were there, you walked away with nuggets. The energy was outrageous. It was just a great day. So anyway, I want to mention real fast before I ask my question, my Positive Tuesday quote. So left-hand side, when the magic happens is the hashtag. Success isn't overnight. It happens every day when you get a little bit better than before, focusing on the little things done right. Every day, you got to hold yourself accountable. Look in the mirror and say, hey, did I send that campaign out? Did I make my calls? Did I send my emails? Did I go back to my existing book of business? Did I try something new and different? Okay, it's up to you. We have all the tools to help you, all the platforms you can leverage. It's now up to you. Okay, I don't have to preach about this anymore. My question of the day, I hope you were paying attention. So I mentioned 3. By the way, whoever answers first and correct wins. So you got to be fast, get your little fingers on the keyboard. My question is, I mentioned 3 annuity carriers and presentations at our expo. Tell me the name of the 3 carriers. Okay, I said it a couple times. We had 3 carriers at the expo that were focused on annuities with annuity presentations, 3 companies. Remember, I said you can download the presentation from our website? There were 3 companies. You tell me all 3 companies, and you win the HD Fire tablet and our prospecting book, and then the new Levinson Yeti Cup. In fact, we just created these for the expo, gave them to everyone that was there live. So we'll mail that out to you this afternoon, but you got to answer first and correct. Andrew's going to tell us who did. Andrew, are you there?
I'm here. First correct is Valerie M. Valerie M.
Valerie M. Congrats. So the 3 carriers were One America, North American, and Equitrust, which is all on our website. And we'll include those presentations in the thank you email. Congrats, Valerie. Congrats to every single one of you. We had a huge number on today, and I want to personally thank you for taking the time. And again, one nugget, one sales idea, and this was time well spent with the Levinson team today. Have a great rest of the week. Great selling. Thank you again, everyone.